it's pretty crazy to rehearse two operas at the exact same time that open a week apart. But that's what I do at DMMO, and I love it. This is a very special place, and artistically the level is very high, and singers here are always terrific. The orchestra here is very good. The apprentice program is fantastic. To be part of that and to collaborate with its capable leadership is just really thrilling for me. Well, you know, I often explain to people that what's on the score is really, it's a wonderful document, but it's really just a document. It's a hint. It's something that came between the composer's ideas and us, and so we have to take the music and know as much as we can about the composer specifically and what his habits were and what he wrote down and what he chose not to write down. I can give a good example with the Tchaikovsky right now. In the opera, there are many passages. There are a lot of conversational passages where specific lines need just a certain amount of time, and the response might need a little hesitation before, and then the answer moves a little bit. Or there are also some big dramatic arches where you're going to move forward and pull back, slow down a little bit here. And Tchaikovsky didn't write much of that in the score. Puccini did. Puccini wrote all of those things in the score, and there's a lot of give and take, which is really fun for the conductor. But my point is that with the Tchaikovsky, you have to actually spend the time to find where those moments are that you need to do that. This is my third production of Onegin. I did a production a long time ago in Germany when I was living there, and then I did one in English. And now this is my first one in Russian, which is terrific. Everything lines up. The text, the right words line up with the right chord in the music, the right feel of the piece. But it's taken a lot of research, especially in the Russian language. But it's interesting. The more you invest, the more you get out of it. Don Giovanni was my first experience on an opera production in college, and it blew my mind. The music, it all came from the music. And Mozart's music operates on a level of dramatic detail that was a model for all composers after him. Some people might think that Mozart's musical language sounds fairly simple, and while perhaps it does compared to, let's say, the more chromatic, harmonic complexity of Tchaikovsky, Mozart was a genius at portraying characters. And in a couple of notes, the way a phrase turns in Mozart says a ton about its character. You know, Donna Elvira in Don Giovanni, for example, she's upset. She's looking for Giovanni. She's in love with him. She's angry. Her blood is boiling, you know, and she has phrases that just take off and move fast and go, you know, or that then suddenly turn very sad and descend and do things like this. It's easy to say that the orchestra or the singers are like your instrument when you're a conductor, and in a way, your gestures do evoke a response, and yet they're not instruments, they're people. And what you're really doing is working with people and trying to unify people toward a common artistic vision. And there's always some give and take as well. It's never like the conductor has complete control. It's like you have artists that bring something to the table too, and you find a way that brings out the best product, the best artistic result. That's the goal.